is the inbox. Now, the inbox works the same way as an email would work, except instead of having an email address, all you need to do is be friends with the person and you can send out an inbox. So, people use inbox because it is more private than, say, writing on a wall. I mean, this is still the internet. There's only so private you can get. If someone were to hack onto your Facebook page, they could read your inbox. So it's always important that you don't want to put anything, that you wouldn't want anyone else to know on the internet. But a lot of people do use inbox, especially group members and clubs and people who want to select who they're going to send this message to, and that's why someone would use an inbox. Now this is your profile page. And this is what is Facebook. This is what people view when they look for you. And the home page, or your profile page rather, has many different aspects. In the center is what is known as your wall. And a wall lets other people know what you've done lately. And that includes if you've commented on a picture, if you've added photos, if you've added videos, if you've written on someone else's wall, if you've added friends. And everything is literally right there for people to view. Now, another aspect of the wall is you can write on people's walls. So anyone can write on my wall if they want to leave me a quick note. Now, another thing that you can see is my friends. And I have 698 friends. And you can also view my friends and see if we have any mutual friends. Now, as you can see at the top, that is where your status appears. And also, there are many different dialog boxes that access you to different pages of my profile page. And one of them is the information page. And the information page is very interesting because on this one page, you can find out my favorite quotes, my favorite movies, my favorite books, my favorite foods, and literally anything else that I'm willing to share. And on my page, you can find out my birthday, as I said, last Thursday. And you can even find out my networks, my friends, everything that you want to know about someone is on this page. So, literally, I mean, you don't even have to, meet someone in person to know everything about them. Okay, now this is a photo of me in Harvard. And this is my roommate, Dustin. You saw him earlier. He's the co-founder of Facebook. He helped me come up with the idea. And these are some of my other friends, but they weren't exactly my friends. See, I helped them with this program called Connect You, but when I helped them out, I helped them with some developer things, and then I became rich and famous for Facebook. And they sued me when I was really successful for Facebook for stealing some of their ideas from Connect You. Now, this lawsuit never went to trial. I just gave them a large sum of money and we just shoved the issue under the rug. But as I said, Dustin was one of my co-founders. And this is him right now. And I am an extremely young CEO. I'm only 25. And many other older CEOs love to just, give me problems because they don't say I have enough business experience. I've never really run a company before. So when I make mistakes, such as newsfeed, as I said earlier, was a mistake, but I did work it out, and even layout issues, as some of you may have Facebook know that relatively recently I changed the Facebook layout, and many people were upset by that. So whenever I make a mistake, all the older CEOs love to give me problems, and I always hear about it in the press and media. And another thing that CEOs love to bother me about is the fact that all my company, I have 400 employees, and all of them are friends and family. Literally, not all of them, I don't have that many friends and family, but all of them are people I know. For example, Dustin, he was my co-founder, and he is a large part of Facebook. Peter Thiel, who's one of my biggest investors. I met him, and we're like best friends. And my sister has a job. Her name is Randy. She's the executive of communications. And even my girlfriend, I offered a job. And this is my girlfriend, Priscilla. We love each other. And we actually met in Harvard, in the line for the bathroom at a party. So, I actually met her before I was a billionaire, for all of you who think that money buys love. Okay, back to my company. This is what you see when you first walk into Facebook. This is the banner that is the banner of my offices. And my kind of weird. It's like a dorm room, as many people refer to it. Actually, Oprah said it was like a dorm room when I interviewed her a couple months ago. But anyway, so the setup is that there are, it's just a big space, lots of computers, and people come in late, they stay late, they throw parties, there's free food and laundry, so people do what they want. And again, older CEOs question how I run my company. But relatively overall, I've been successful. I'm a billionaire and 200 million active users. In fact, 200 million active users is larger than the population of Japan. And if Facebook were a country, it'd be the 6th most populated country in the world. So I'd say I've been doing pretty well. But I'm not the only person on Facebook. There are many people on Facebook. As again, I said, 200 million active users. So who are these people on Facebook? Well, our first Facebook persona is the Newser. So Newser, who are you?
I represent the person on Facebook who constantly updates their profile. This includes my profile picture, list of friends, and my status.
So how often would you say that you update your profile?
Every hour. I mean, I would like to do it more, but many complain that I'm on their newsfeed too frequently.
So how often do you check your Facebook?
As often as physically possible. I mean, in school I try and check at least 10 times a day, but at home almost every minute.
Thank you very much. Our next Facebook persona is the friend whore. So, friend whore, what makes you a friend whore?
Well, I have around 7,000 friends on Facebook and always have a profile picture of at least 8 people or more. Pretty much, I just want to seem like a socialite.
Have you ever denied a friend request?
No, never. In fact, I often have to branch out and request friends of friends. I really want to reach 10,000 friends.
So, how many of your friends are real friends, or people that you've met in person?
Maybe 900 or more like 800. But it's the image you create by having so many friends that counts.
Thank you very much. Up next is the creeper. So creeper, who are you?
I'm known as what is the creepster in the Facebook community. I go on Facebook and look at girls and their profile pictures.
So could you tell us what Facebook stalking is?
Facebook stalking is a phrase that originated from creepsters like myself across America. It is the act of stalking someone's profile and finding as much information about them, including their friends and what parties they went to last weekend.
So is it easy to find out all this information using Facebook?
Yes. Many families of the younger generation leave most of their information public, so it is easy to access scandalous photos and the latest gossip.
Thank you, Creeper. Last but not least is the narc. So, narc, what role do you play in the Facebook community?
I am the parent or teacher above the age of 30 that works on Facebook.
So, why do you have a Facebook?
Well, I tell my daughter that I have a Facebook to reunite with old friends, but really, I Facebook stalk my daughter and her friends to make sure that they're not getting into trouble.
So, have you ever caught your daughter doing anything bad through Facebook?
Well, besides making her take off scandalous photos, I've only seen a photo of her at a party with alcohol, which she was tagged in, and let me tell you, I was not pleased. After being grounded for a month, she finally realized that she needs to behave.
Thank you, Narc. Now, these are only some of the type of personalities that you find on Facebook. Others, including me, or one another example, is the friend snob. Now, the friend snob denies a lot of friend requests, and usually celebrities like me are friend snobs because everybody wants to be our friend. But it's important to note that people like the narc and creeper do exist in the Facebook community. So you want to be careful of what you put on, because you never know who can access your information. Especially the creeper. I wouldn't want him looking at my profile. So you can just give our personas a round of applause. So now that I've showed you what Facebook is, how to use it, and even some of my company history, I'm now going to show you a video that kind of demonstrates the effects of Facebook on society. And it's